Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Naval Action. And today I'm in a small battle and I'm going to review this ship. It's one of the new ships which were added in the last patch, the other one being the Ingemanland. This one is Le Gros Ventre. Le Gros Ventre. Le Gros French. Yeah, it's a French ship. It's a French merchantman, more specifically. And unlike the other reviews, I've gone ahead and write down some notes, since there's some people were complaining about them being a bit, I don't know what to say, not as coherent, or they were me rambling. People thought, at least. I don't know, but I'm open for criticism. So I'm going to try with a script now, or not a script exactly, it's notes basically. And I don't know if I'll prefer this or not. If I don't like this, like, this is my personal thing either way. So if I don't like doing it with how I'm going to do it now with notes, well, it's almost a script, but let's call it notes. I might change it, but I've taken some advice. I'm gonna see how it is. It might be an improvement. We'll find out. So either way, the Le Gros Ventre. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it first of all. A French merchant ship. This is currently the largest merchant ship in the game, but we'll go on to the details later. First off, we're going to do some history. I went ahead and got some history on it. So, the sorry, I failed. Le Gros Ventre is a type of cabaret, or something as they were called, which were French ships which were built for ocean operations for supplying the French colonies in both the East and West Indies. They were generally built in between 1760 and 1770. This specific one was built in 1766, I believe. And they had average cargo capacity of 400 average capacity of 400 tons. Now in the game, this one has 4,800 tons of cargo capacity. Minor details. The devs are going to lower it at some point, I believe. And they had a single deck with a very high length to berth ratio. Breath, not berth, breath. Excuse me. And their armament usually consisted of 4-pounders or 8-pounders. In-game represented by 9-pounders. In-game you can also carry 24-pound carronades. Just as an additional note, I have nothing more to say on that. Sorry, you sometimes get, you know that feeling when you have like kind of slime in between your nose and throat kind of area, or your back of your throat or something, or top of your mouth. Yeah, it's sorry. I'm very sorry. You're really going to excuse me for a minute? Okay, I think that's better. So, where was I? So, the Gros Ventre, as you can see, she looks very similar to the Belle Poule, and they were in fact built in the same shipyard by the same guy, I believe Jean-Joseph Ginot. No, that was who designed it. It was built by Léon Michael Wignas. French names. Now, of course, being very similar in looks and design as frigates, she was fast. Relatively fast compared to other merchant ships. However, she wasn't as fast as, say, a frigate. Like, a Belle Poule is faster, and it's represented in game. Like, this is the fastest square-rigged merchant ship in game. However, she gets outpaced by every frigate in the game, no exceptions. Which, yeah, it makes some sense. Now, historically also, their high length to breath ratio, I don't have the ratio on hand right now, I'm sorry, meant that historically, these ships tended to suffer from hogging and fatigue due to the, or hogging and fatigue to the framing due to the heavy weight, relatively. But of course, in-game, that's not gonna be a problem. Now, that was just generally about this ship design, the Gabares, or however you pronounce it. I'm not French, I'm sorry. Now, as I said, the Gros Ventre was designed by Jean-Joseph Ginot. She was the archetype of the... So she was a typical Gabares... I give up. Difficult word. And the Gros Ventre had a length of 36 meters in total, 8 meters of breadth, and had a depth of fall of 5.3 meters, which is decent. She was built in Bayonne by Leon Michael Wignus, and that's the guy that also built the Belle Poule. And as I said, she launched in 1766. Now she has an interesting she has a cool history as well. So in 1771, the Gros Ventre, she departed from Rochefort as a passenger transport to the Isle de France, now known as Mauritius Island, in the Indian Ocean. And some guy called Kerguelen requisitioned her a few days after Le Gros Ventre arrived in Isle de France. I'm just going to call it Isle de France. And where he requisitioned her for an expedition to the Austral continent. She sailed to the Kerguelen Islands, which in fact she was one of the ships which discovered the Kerguelen Islands. So that's part of her history. And she sailed to Australia and Indonesia. And they spent there for 8 months at sea. And in 1777 she suffered a fate of being a dumb hulk. So that was a bit of history. Now some ships might have more history, some ships might have less. But this has... Oh, did I also mention, if I'm not wrong, also when they were at Australia, they, with this ship, they laid claim for the French king, for the western part of Australia. But I don't have that in my notes, so... Now on to the ship itself in game. So as I said, she is very similar to the Belle Poule in looks. And she's a pretty ship. And you can see the similarities if you have seen the Belle Poule. And you also see it in like structure. So the structure is very similar. The Gros Ventre has 150 less. The speed, the Gros Ventre is 0.3 knots slower than the Belle Poule, and I'm comparing her to the Belle Poule specifically since they're similar in looks at least. And of course, the Gros Ventre has a shit ton more cargo capacity being a trader ship, however, a lot less guns. Only 10 9-pounders, or, I mean 20 9-pounders, 10 9-pounders per broadside, or 20 24-pound carronades. The Gros Ventre doesn't have any chasers either, but really it's a trade ship, so that's all I have to say. However, she is good for hunting AI traders due to her very large cargo capacity. What you can do with the Gros Ventre is hunt AI traders. You can get like 20 or more AI traders, no problem, in the hold, so that you don't have to return to port all the time, which you would with most other ships. And it's relaxing to hunt for AI traders. You could also use her to hunt player traders, however, while she would do decent due to her speed, the lack of bow chasers is not to be ignored. So, any other ship would probably be better in the role of chasing player traders. However, the Gros Ventre can be used in the same role if you build her correctly. Also, one thing of note, You can fully man all her guns, sailing, and have crew left over. As you can see, I have 68. I have 8 extra crew due to extra hammocks. So there's plenty of crew on the ship to do everything you need. Another thing of note is she is armed like a light frigate. Well, yeah, a light frigate, heavy brig. So she has exact same armament except for carronades as the Niagara, which means that she is capable of defending herself. Of course, a frigate like the Surprise, the Belle Poule or anything would dominate over her, but she's decent in defending herself. So use those 20 cannons wisely. And we'll see bigger traders in the future, but for now, Le Gros Ventre is the biggest one. And I think she's an excellent ship. She turns very good. Did I mention that she has about, what, I believe it's 2,800 structure? I should have written that down in my notes. Let me just get up. Come on, load. Le Gros Ventre. 2,945 structure. So she has the structure of a light frigate, or actually not of light frigate. It's almost the same as the Belle Poule. The armament of a light frigate. She is decently fast. Like she's faster than all the other trader ships, square rig trader ships, and the fastest running downwind, running with the wind, no matter what rig. She turns well. I should have checked that as well. She has a turn rate of 3.72, which is decent. And well, she will see a lot of use simply due to the fact of her being the biggest trader in the game currently. However, there's one thing to remember. She has deep draught, so unlike the Trader Snow or the Trader's Brig, you can't go into all the ports. But most ports aren't shallow anyways. But it's something to keep in mind. But anyways, this has been a ship review of Le Gros Ventre. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you next week. And next week we'll be doing the Pavel. The Saint Pavel to be more precise. And after I've done that, there will be another poll to see which ship I'm going to do after that. But that's for after the Pavel is done. I might do it, already put a link to the poll down below, we'll see. But at the very least, after the Saint Pavel review has been done. So expect that next week. But either way, thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!